you ready to heal your mind, body, and soul from the inside out? Welcome to the Real Healing Institute show with Michelle Sinclair, divine healer and spiritual teacher, where spiritual transformation meets practical guidance to break free from limiting beliefs, subconscious pain, and energetic blocks. This is a powerful space for those seeking true healing and enlightenment. Michelle's teachings are rooted in her deep study of the Christ letters and the spiritual awakening that came from her unwavering dedication to divine truth. She helps individuals navigate their inner healing journey through subconscious soul healing techniques and spiritual teachings by uplifting the vibrational resonance of our thoughts, words, and actions that shape the very fabric of our lives. It is time to learn the profound understandings of universal love. The Real Healing Institute show starts now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Healing Institute. So today we are talking about basically how to eradicate spiritual doubt. So I want you guys to want your life, to truly want your life. And when we are filled with doubts or we're filled with fears or things like this, eventually it is going to deplete our energy, and our energy is going to become low, and it's going to manifest in some type of way, whether you're just not going to feel good, you're going to have anxiety, you'll have depression, you'll end up with some type of physical issue. So this is what we are wanting to completely eliminate by getting rid of spiritual doubt. So let me first start by saying this. Have you ever prayed a prayer before and then prayed that same prayer again? Probably. When I was little, I remember I was probably, I don't know, somewhere between second and fourth grade. And I was at church and I remember praying something and then, oh, I would pray for it again. And oh, and then I would pray for it again. And I remember saying something to my Sunday school teacher, and this stuck with me, for 40 some years, that he said, we only need to pray one time. And I thought, what? Well, that's weird. I just thought you just keep praying until it happens. And it was like, no, you just need to pray one time and then wait for it to happen. It was like, okay. And it was really hard for me to, wrap my head around that. But I'm understanding it now that if you pray something and then you have to pray it again, well, you have doubt. You either believe that your prayer wasn't heard or that it's not going to happen. And so you need to put some extra into it or whatever it happens to be. But it is only prayed more than one time because we don't believe that that prayer did the trick that it was supposed to do, didn't do its job. So when you pray, when you pray and you pray without any doubt, it's very different. So this is how you would do this. Let's say that you are praying for abundance and you're like, okay, man, I got to pay my rent bill and I don't got the money. Give me the money. Please give me the money. Okay, and so as you're praying this prayer, then what's the next step to it? Do you keep praying and do you keep saying the same thing? No, you then expect it to come. And how you expect it to come is with a feeling of excitement. So if ever I've been working with clients, let's say that there was physical healing or something that was coming, am I sitting there doubting that what we're doing is going to work? Absolutely not. Because if I have that energy of doubt that's present, or if the recipient has that energy of doubt, then there will be nothing profound that is going to happen during that time. It is only when you pray the prayer, and I felt this excited, joyful thankfulness just pour out of me this one time. So I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm up at my cabin. I've had this incredible enlightening experience, and this has been going on for days and days and days and days. And so I'm sitting there, and I was having somebody that was going to come and visit me. Last minute, she messages and is like, "Oh, I can't come and visit. Something terrible has happened." So this terrible thing that has happened is that, her child is now in the hospital on life support. Things are not good. So I'm sitting there, but I've had this profound experience. And so I'm thinking like, you know, something needs to be done about this. Anyways, I have this bird come fly in a tree that's sitting next to me as I'm sitting out on my dock meditating. So I'm just sitting there meditating. All of a sudden, this bird, my bird, he was clearly there for me, shows up. Now, I don't talk to birds typically, or I had not previously until this particular day. And so this bird starts talking to me, and I'm like, I can talk to birds? Like, what is happening? But what it told me was, you need to heal her daughter. And it's like, well, I can't do that. Like, what are you talking about? How is this done then? And it was like, well, basically it's already done, you know, just pray the prayer. And I was like, okay, well, I don't even know what to say. So it was like, thank you for her healing. And this almost makes me want to cry. There was this extremely overwhelming feeling of excitement that came through my body just after this tiny little thing of, these words that were said, was this excitement of, oh, like this is really happened. It's already done. She's already healed. And she was, long story short, she was completely healed and she was totally fine. They unhooked her and she was totally fine. So when I had prayed that prayer and that feeling of excitement came through me, I was being shown this is the process, this is the way, this is how it's supposed to go. So if you've ever prayed a prayer, let's say that you have someone in your family and they're sick, or you've been praying for them, or maybe you've been praying for your own healing, and you have attached feelings of despair or hopelessness or things like this to it, this is not the way, because what we are doing is we are feeding the despair and the hopelessness, which is the reason why the illness would be probably present in the first place. There could be a huge variety why it could be there, but these low vibrational energies will certainly have something to do with it. Now, also, while I was on this, experience, this spiritual journey, I was shown, that we have heaven and hell that are here every day, all day long. We have the choice of hell or the choice of heaven. And I saw that this was our free will. That's what this actually is like you were given free will. We all know that. We've all been told that, but we're like, what exactly is that? Does that mean that things aren't predetermined and that we can decide which direction and what things we want to go? Well, yes, it does mean that as well. But it really means that every single second of your day, you have a choice of choosing hell, which would be a fear-based frequency, or choosing heaven, which would be a love-based frequency. So let's say that I'm praying a prayer and I'm praying that prayer and I've said it and I'm like, whew, like I hope that this happens. Well, which one have I fed? I've fed the fear, right? Because I don't actually truly believe. Because if I believed, I'd be like, okay, I can't wait for this to happen. This would be this hand. This would be the love that I have then chosen. But if I'm like, "Ooh, I don't know, I hope so, but I've got a lot of doubt," then I'm feeding the fear. And it says in the Bible 365 times, so that there's one for every single day of the year, because this is how big of a deal it is. Do not fear. Why? It's telling us when you fear, you're feeding the fear, you're feeding the low vibrational energy, and you are going to get more of it. You're feeding the hell. And if you were to think about our world, the whole world and what it's run off of, what is it currently run off of? What has media done, right? They're pushing the fear. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. And they are feeding the hell on this planet. And so what are we seeing? More and more and more of it, because we're giving it our energetic food by giving it our focus, our attention, our words. So let's say that you've prayed a prayer and you've prayed for healing, physical healing or something. And you're like, okay, God, please heal this part of my body. And then you go out and you meet somebody and you're like, oh yeah, I got this part and it's real sore and this is wrong with me and that's wrong with me. And what have you done but reinforced that thing that you have within you, and you have completely undone all of the work that was done through your prayer. This would be like, me, I'm going to go and I'm going to paint your house and I'm going to paint it all so beautiful. And it looks just beautiful and shiny and new. And somebody comes in and they're like, yeah, well, you should have seen it before. Oh, it was terrible. And they're just talking about the way that it was before. And they're reinforcing the thing that they wanted to change in the first place. The whole reason why they wanted the paint job in the first place was because the old way wasn't good. But then when they focus on it and when they talk about it and they feed it and they're doing this, they're creating more of this. So when you pray your prayer, expect, expect that something wonderful is going to happen. But here's the reason why sometimes we don't, is the past. Right? So our mind, and this is totally natural. Every single person has this built within them in their mind system. And our brain believes it's protecting us by reminding us continually of things that happened before. Like, hey, well, we don't want to do that again. Let's avoid this situation. Oh, I'm going to give you a feeling of fear here so that you definitely don't go back to that situation. It continually reminds us of the past. Now, it does this because it believes it's protecting us. It does this because it's wanting to avoid us from having to go through that same situation again in the future. But the thing is, our mind is creating, it's the creator, it's the creation of what is there. Everything that exists is perfect and wonderful. Everything is perfect and wonderful. Look outside. Look at the nature. The trees, they're beautiful. They go through these seasons. And at the end of the season, when their leaves start to fall off, do they complain and cry? And they're like, ah, my leaves are falling off. Oh, I'm naked. No, they don't. And because they don't complain about their lot in life, they don't undo the perfect work of the Father. And when you look at the beautiful flowers in nature, how beautiful all these wonderful colors and flowers, the scents, the unique scents, the different beauty that is here on this planet. And it is everywhere. There is nowhere that it is not, including when you look in the mirror. There's nowhere that it's not. But it is only the mind that will come in and will create things and take away from all the beautiful love that is literally within every single thing. So, do you pray the same prayer over and over? And if you do, just think about this differently now. You already are thinking about this differently now. So when you go to pray your prayer this next time, let's say that you're asking for some kind of abundance. Okay, when you pray for that abundance, first of all, as soon as you say, I'm sick of being in this position. I need some freedom and I need some abundance to just flow into me. Just let it flow into me. And then as you sit there, be thankful. Send out a thankfulness. It's already yours. You just don't have it because previous to today, you've been pushing it away through your beliefs, through the things that you think. You pray the prayer, but you don't actually believe the thing. And it goes off your beliefs, not just what it is that you're saying, but the feeling, the emotion, the belief that's attached to it. So when you pray your prayer, shift it up a bit. Believe that everything is happening for you and then expect it. And you know what's the best? You know how you seal the deal? Tell other people about it. Because you're not going to tell somebody something that you don't really believe, right? If you say, oh, I prayed this prayer and I'm just waiting for it. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. You say that because it's true. You really don't have doubt. You really do believe it. So go and tell people, see, no, well, I prayed for healing and it's already here. I'm excited about it. I know I'm already healed. I'm already healed. I'm already healed. And go and say these as your mantras rather than the old way, right? Let's say you had a really hard day. Well, what do people typically do? They complain about it. They got to tell somebody. They got to, oh, you wouldn't believe my day. Oh, the things and blah, blah, blah. Well, what has happened now is you have reinforced, you've doubled up on your bad day. You could have come home, gone take a bath, got rid of that bad day, but instead, it's like we reinforce it. We tell people about it. And what are we doing by doing that? We are planting seeds of that exact same thing that are going to sprout up and come for harvest again in the future. And we're going to be like, why am I still sick? It's been 6 months. It's been 7 months. I don't understand what's going on here. Meanwhile, every day we're planting new seeds that are coming up for harvest from the past. So when you start planting new seeds of, I'm already healed. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I don't even actually believe in sickness. I know that it is only the mind that has introduced this to me and that it's not even real. And that the only thing that is actually real is the love that is there. And it has been my mind, it has been my beliefs that has pushed away that love that is constantly trying to flow to me all the time. And when you shift the things that you believe, you will shift the things that you see visibly in your life. Everything will actually begin to change. So did you know that when you tighten up, let's say that you pray something or that you are feeling a certain way, and anytime where you reject something, you don't like something, you don't want something, anytime that we tighten up our bodies, pay attention to this because it happens all day long. Anytime that we tense up or we tighten up, think of this as like a ripple that is going out and it is pushing away. Now you believe that it is pushing away that thing that you don't want. But what it's actually doing is it's pushing away the divine. You don't know that that's not something that is beneficial to you. We think, oh, I don't like this. I don't want to be around that person. I don't want this. I don't. Tighten, tighten, push, 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 push. And as we tighten and we push, pretty soon we're pushing away everything. And we're like, where are my blessings? Why aren't my blessings coming in? Well, it's because nothing's coming in because you're tightened and you're pushing everything away. So when I'm working with my clients, this is literally the thing that we're working off of is this tightening, this feeling, this sensation that we get in our body. Anytime somebody comes up, let's say that they've got childhood trauma, they've got blocks that they need to resolve, they have depression or anxiety, something like this that they need to let go of. What am I doing with them? I'm taking them into a subconscious state because we're going to do subconscious soul healing. And as we do this, as we get into this state, I will then have them bring up their issue and I'll say, where do you feel that in your body? And they'll be able to tell me all the places that they're feeling it in their body, all the places that their body is tensing or tightening, meaning something's off. If you're tense or you're tight, it is because there is a belief that it is literally your body communicating with you saying, hey, you're having a low vibe thought. Hey, you're having low vibe words. Hey, you're having low vibe stuff go on. Low vibe beliefs. These can often be about ourselves. It could be about the world around us. It could be about people that we know. And if we judge other people harshly, we think, oh, we're judging that harshly. It's going out to that person. It's returning back to us. And it will actually deplete our body. Let me give you an example here. Let's say that you're filled with guilt or shame. Well, first of all, I want to tell you this. The only reason why you're filled with guilt and shame is because you're a wonderful person that is so loving, and you wish that in that circumstance, when you chose that thing that you chose, that you would have chose something loving instead. So this is showing you, you're a wonderful person, even the fact that you have that in the first place. But the fact that you have that in the first place, you need to get rid of it because it is not beneficial to you. It is not helping you. And what happens when we have this is every time that we think about that thing that we feel guilty about, or every time we think about that shame, what we're doing is it will live in some part of our body or parts of our body, and it will go into that part of our body and it will deplete the energy that's there. This is why, let's say that you were thinking about that thing for an excessive amount of time, all of a sudden you feel drained. Is because it's literally drained and taken away your energy. But it will do these in certain body parts for us. And then pretty soon, oh, well, I need my knee replaced now. Oh, I got a sore shoulder. Oh, my rib is out. And we believe, oh, it's because I fell on this thing or this incident happened or that happened. Every single thing is the spirit, and every single thing is the spirit trying to communicate with you. And so when parts of your body are breaking down, it is not because you fell off that thing and twisted your ankle. It is because you were believing something and thinking something, probably at that very moment, that then did that to you. And now you're still reaping the benefits of it. And I'm going to call it benefits because until you heal that thing, you're going to remain in that whatever belief system or whatever that low vibe energy thought was that created it in the first place. And as soon as you heal that belief, then all of a sudden, magically, your ailment is just going to go away because it's no longer going to need to communicate with you. Because all of our sore parts, all of the things that we have going on, all it actually is information. And it is telling us, hey, you need to look at this thing. Hey, you need to forgive that person. Hey, you need to stop being so pissed about that. Hey, you need to forgive this and let that go. I know it happened 50 years ago and you're still pissed, but you need to let it go. All it is information. And so when the body breaks down, and if someone was coming to me and they're like, I need this physical healing, I'm not looking at this as like I'm some kind of doctor that knows how to heal your body. Absolutely not. I'm looking at this as something has occurred in your belief system and something needs to shift. That's what I'm seeing it as. And so we go in and we take this ailment. So let's say you got a sore elbow. Okay, well, how does that sore elbow make you feel? Oh, well, it makes me feel however it makes you feel. Those are the issues that need to be resolved. And as we resolve them, then all of a sudden, oh, now my elbow's right as rain. And we believe so many things that just simply aren't true. But because we believe in them, they become true for us. Let me give you an example. So let's say that I believe that people don't like me. Okay, and I leave my house and I go out and I see a group of people and they're all chatting. Okay, well, if I believe that people don't like me, I might automatically assume that, okay, they looked over here at me, now they're talking about me, now they don't like me. And it becomes true because in that moment I believe that and I feel that and I'm living that experience as if it is true. And it at that moment is true for me, even though it's not the truth. It's only the truth because I believe it. Now, let's say that I believe that people like me, and I go and I leave my house and I see a group of people and they're talking, and one of them looks over at me and they're still talking. Well, what am I going to assume? I should go over and say hi. I should probably go meet with those people. I'm going to have a completely different experience because of what it is that I believe. My beliefs actually dictate and determine my life, the way that I experience my life, and what happens. Now, often we say, well, but this is true, and maybe you're having an argument with someone and they believe that something is true too. This is a perfect example of whatever perspective whatever belief you're living in, that will be true for you. So maybe this person is experiencing something completely differently than you because of their internal world and because of the way that they feel. So we're talking about spiritual doubt. If you have doubt, it is probably because in the past you prayed for something and it didn't happen. Now, we can take this as, okay, well, other people must be closer to God. Oh, I must have offended God, and so he doesn't listen to me anymore. I'm not special like these people. No. If you were to actually look at that previous prayer, if you were to really go into it and you could subconsciously go into it and you could completely go back to it and know for a fact what happened. But if you were to go back, I guarantee you that you did not actually believe what it was that you were praying for was going to happen for you. I guarantee you that you didn't actually believe it, because had you believed it without any doubt, it would have materialized. This is like when Jesus goes out. So he's going out and he's preaching to the people and they're following him around forever. And he goes out and he's got this huge crowd. Okay, so he starts teaching, he starts preaching to the people, and they've been out there with him for a real long time. And so they start to get hungry. And one of them's like, "Hey, dude, I'm hungry." And he's like, "God, does anybody have any food?" And all there was one boy who had some loaves and some fishes there with him. And he didn't know didn't know what was going to happen, but he knew that the Father always provides, that there is no need that will not be met. Not one need that will not be met. He knew this for a fact. And so when he prayed his prayer over those fish and said, the people need to be fed, Father, provide what they need. Had he been praying the prayer thinking like, dang, I hope that this works. I mean, all the things that I knew, I hope that this plays out. This is gonna be real embarrassing if nothing happens here. He didn't have any doubt, not an ounce of it. And so when he spoke the prayer, when he said it, he was expectant that, of course, something's going to happen here. Why would it not? There's perfect love in absolutely everything that doesn't push it away. So this can happen here in this situation. And what happened? Well, they had leftover loaves and fishes after they had passed it around, because he didn't have any doubt. So think about this. That prayer that you prayed before that didn't happen, which is the reason why now, well, I don't believe in the prayers now, the things don't happen for me. If you think about that and you think, you know what, you're right. I did doubt. What you need to do is go inside of you and find that place that has the doubt, because maybe you don't believe that you're worthy. And then that was what was pushing it away. Maybe you don't believe that you deserve that thing that you're praying for. There will be something that was there, whether it was actual doubt that it was going to happen, or whether it was doubt that you're worthy of it, or whatever it was. Examine it, because that is the thing that needs to be healed. And that is the thing that is containing darkness, fear, some type of fear, doubt, fear within you. And as long as that remains within you, it is darkness, and that thing can't be filled with light. So when we take our prayer, so let's take this prayer of, I have this doubt and I don't know what to do. Take that prayer. Okay, Father, please show me any doubt that I have within me, and please remove it from me, because it is not helpful to me. And I want to be as helpful not only to myself, but to other people as possible. And I need you to remove this doubt from me so that I can do the work that you want me to do here on this planet. And then once you pray that prayer, expect that you're going to feel a change, that you're going to feel different, and that you're going to have completely different results. And then when you pray that prayer that you've prayed one time, thank you for providing me, with a beautiful new opportunity. Then get this feeling of excitement attached with it, of like, ooh, I wonder what it is. Ooh, it's going to be so good and so exciting. And speak about it, talk about it, because our words are planting seeds. It doesn't, some people, they spit when they talk, right? So just imagine that spit that sometimes comes out, it's like that's a seed that's going, and it's so fertile, right? It's just filled with exactly what is needed in it to go in and to sprout up and come for harvest at some point. But when we expect negative things to happen, or we expect the same thing that happened yesterday to happen again in the future, it will. Because we believe that the same thing that happened yesterday will happen again tomorrow. Our beliefs dictate our lives. It's going to happen again. Or if we really strongly fear that something is going to happen, if we really fear that something's going to happen, It's going to happen. We're feeding the beast when we feed the fear. So only feed the love. This is what Jesus did. He fed the love. And in every situation, he fed the love. And he taught people, you need to feed the love. And all he did was preach about the love. He would give examples out in nature. He would show how perfectly provided for every animal is, how perfectly wonderful the world is taken care of, and that it needs these seasons that it goes through. And because there's no complaining, there's no undoing. And therefore, you look around and you can't look in nature and be like, that needs to change. Oh, that tree needs to be over there instead of over there. No, it's freaking perfect, man. There's nothing that's not perfect about it. But the thing that we forget is that we are that too. We are that perfect thing, but it is only the mind that will get in the way, and it'll tell us, no, it's not. You're not perfect. No, you're this. No, you're that. Oh, expect this bad thing to happen. Oh, expect this thing to happen. It's the mind. This is why meditation is such an important factor in your spiritual practice, so that you can find all of these doubts and these fears that we have inside of us. And ask for the perfect resolution to removing them. Because as we remove them, and this is the perfect time to do this for the next several weeks, this is the time to let things go so that we can remove any of this heavy darkness, anything that's been hidden within us, any of these triggers, and illuminate it. Meaning, take it out of us and put the light in, because that is what's meant to be there. We are just beautiful light beings, and we've just forgotten. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here today. If you guys would like to work with me, I do private sessions. We do subconscious soul healing, is what I call it. It is truly transformational. It changes people's lives. It changed my life, which is why I do it and have been doing this for 10 years. And you can find me on therealhealinginstitute.com. You can also check me out on YouTube. I have daily podcasts. I have a series called the Mental Cleanse series. This would be like you were attending a free group hypnotherapy session with me, except that there's over 40 of them that you can choose from. And this is all subconscious healing. So meditate, find the issue that you need to let go of, then go to the Mental Cleanse series and find the one that is associated with it. Healing the mother wound, healing the father wound, past lives, healing anger, sadness, guilt, grief, all the things. Go find that one and walk yourself through and set yourself free, because I want you to want your life. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Thank you for joining the Real Healing Institute show with me, Michelle Sinclair. Tune in every second and fourth Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com for more empowering ways to spread love and set yourself free. Together, we'll elevate the consciousness of the planet. Stay connected. Follow me on social media, subscribe to the podcast, and explore the Mental Cleanse series on YouTube. Ready to go deeper? Book a session with Michelle at therealhealinginstitute.com. Until next time, keep healing, keep growing, and remember, love is the only way.